Merci d'être connecté dans la carte aujourd'hui. Toute projection va braquer sur Haïti. Non pas, c'est Erlich Dorelas. Après le tour de grandes salles des nouvelles, de grandes chaînes de télévision, grandes chaînes de médias à travers le monde pour défruiter l'information.
Bonsoir tout le monde, bienvenue, c'est Camarabo, donc pas M. Erlich Dorelas, c'est dimanche après-midi, c'est la ronde des grands médias, nous allons à table aujourd'hui. Pour ce invité, et qui c'est candidat, parce que l'élection va avancer, l'élection 3 septembre, c'est la third élection, novembre 5 novembre, novembre 5. Et puis l'élection générale, il y a l'élection tout secret, en 5 novembre. Donc, district qui va être important, c'est le district 7, Norfolk, qui gagne Randolph à Milton, qui gagne pile à l'élection. Au dernier avec nous, on a invité, c'est Clinton Graham, monsieur qui a couru district rep. Monsieur, c'est un créatif, il faut dire que papa est avec maman, papa il travaille dans un métier, maman est social worker. Qui voit un pile problème hier. Monsieur était joué au football, ils sont acteurs aussi. Monsieur fait partie du school committee, et ils sont vraiment actifs. Eh bien, dans le mois de juillet, candidat ça, tu es présent dans une réunion que tu as faite à Randolph, tu as fait en anglais, mais nous allons plutôt monter dans ça, tu as parlé à Randolph, la régie des images.
Speaking with the development of Scaling Drive. I had some questions, and I met with the developer, and just going to read a statement for everyone. So good evening, Town Council members, fellow Randolph residents, and esteemed community members. I stand before you today as a proud member of this community who is deeply committed to fostering a transparent, inclusive, collaborative, and dialogue between our town's development projects and the residents they serve. I'm not here to talk about my running for the next state representative for Randolph and Milton. I'm here to facilitate understanding, communication, and shared decision-making as we navigate these exciting yet challenging times of growth for Randolph. Firstly, let me extend my sincere gratitude to Core Investments Development Manager of the Scanlon Drive project for addressing some of the critical questions raised at our recent public hearing. The responses provided, though not all-encompassing, offer a foundation upon which we can build further discussion and action. Allow me to briefly share the insights I gathered. Development projects. The headquarters.
Alors, c'est avec nous, c'est Clinton Graham avant, on a appelé le transcript là, monsieur dit bonsoir avec tout le monde dans le council qui est là, eh bien, pour parler de résidents dans la cour Randolph. Monsieur était campé devant mon là pour le capable parler de communauté, de ce qui a passé pour capable parler de transparence. Et dans ça, dans le script là, eh bien, de collaboration, de dialogue entre villes là, oui, on côté de la ville là, pour développer projets et résidents qui habitaient dans la ville là. Monsieur n'est pas là pour me parler de campagne, mais tu es là pour me parler de monde qui vivent dans Randolph à Milton. Moi là pour me faciliter, pour comprendre la communication et les décisions qu'on va prendre, capable de naviguer avec problèmes, défis que nous avons fait face avec nous, capable de faire une ville là côté de l'IA, on a développé. Je dis, ça veut dire qu'il faut être sincère, il faut parler avec un pile gratitude, pour capable expliquer comment développement ça que va le faire dans Scaling Drive. Donc on est que dans Scaling Drive là, il y a Lombardos, il y a une station bus là, il y a un paquet de développement, il y a un Kaila, c'est une sorte de condominium, il y a un pile business qui va venir dans la zone là. Comment ça pied pour les gens qui habitent dans la zone là, il dit que je veux même élu comme state rep, je suis en devant. Good afternoon, Clayton, how are you? It's a pleasure to have you with us on Écran Arabo, and I saw you're not elected yet as a state rep. You're already in action, making moves, talking to the people. Why?
Well, I just believe we need to have our voices heard. Right now I have a platform, and whether you are a business that hasn't been noticed before, or the residents. I've been knocking on doors, over 2,500 doors of the residents, and getting the pulse of what the needs are of the community. I grew up in Randolph as well, at 3 Cumming Circle, where my aunt used to live. And I've always been a part of the community, so it's home to me as well. It's just important to have someone that you can relate to, that understands what it's like to have to struggle, and just be there for you when you need them. Being able to reach out to them and not have to jump through so many hoops to get our representatives on the phone. I'm a representative. I will be a representative to make sure that the voice of the people is brought to the state floor and the actions and the feedback bringing back to the people so we have a partnership.
Alors, vous savez que candidat qui voulait en voir, pour le monde qui n'a pas voix. Monsieur qui levé avec Matatli, Rendor, c'est la Kali, dans l'écrit que lui-même, l'arrivée là-dedans, il faut que nous représentons comme représentants. Il faut que faut parler, il faut entendre voir. Alors, let me ask you this question. And a lot of elected officials, during campaign, they make promises. We understand that when you get inside, you have to create a coalition, to get things done. So, what will be your priority if you get elected November 5th?
Well, the first priority is communication. Making sure the people know that they can reach me. So that's number one. Secondly is making sure they understand the process of getting things done. For example, let's say they want, we have a communication, we have meetings, we have an open door policy, and different buildings in Randolph and in Milton. So we figure out we need 5 things. We want 5 things to get done. Going as your state representative, bringing that to the State House and saying, listen, my constituency, we need 5 things done. Maybe for this first time we can only get 3 things done. But being held accountable and being truthful and coming back to the residents and saying, listen, they said we can get 3 things done. Can we do that? Let's do that first. And then we can go after the next thing. So just that is the main thing. We can do anything together, but we have to understand the process, and you have to have someone that's going to want to tell you the truth, not just things you want to hear, because that's what I've seen as well. We just want to make sure, okay, I will promise you this, and just elect me, and I'll see you in 2 years. We don't want that. And I've seen it personally, and I'm tired of it.
Alors, M. Voineau, parce que le candidat Erlich il a toujours fait des promesses de campagne. Après la promesse de campagne, nous parlons encore, demander les priorités de la campagne. Il parlait que c'est communication, pour les transparents, pour les honnêtes avec nous, pour le parler, pour le bailler aux vérités. Si il y a une élection, ou bien là devant, et dans Biconet, là, le candidat élu, il dit que la communauté a besoin de 5 bagages pour réaliser. Il y a même pas 5 pour réaliser, il y a une 3 seulement. Et il faut la bailler la communauté à vérité pour dire c'est 3 nous capables. Est-ce que nous voulons aller avec 3? C'est ça, parce que. Alors, candidat, il faut questionner ça et pour comprendre l'importance de la fait campagne. Et puis après, non pas dire qu'il y a toute bagaille, mais il faut être capable d'honnêteté. Alors, people like, and there's a lot of Haitian Americans living in Randolph, also in Milton. So what in this race for them? Because my community, we've been voting for so many years, and local elections, state and federal level. And after the election, they always came back and said, Erlich, what happened? During the campaign, we've been very active and supporting. Are you going to have Haitian-speaking Creole working for you at your office if you're elected?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We already want to make sure the literature is in Haitian for the campaign. So we're working on that. We have to fundraise. It's a grassroots. So we have to fundraise to make that happen. So people understand who I am. I can understand what the needs are as well. Whether you're Haitian, whether my family's from Jamaica, so we've struggled, and right now, as a resident, we're facing affordability issues. Utilities are high, taxes are high.
I'll go with that question.
Eggs are the price of diamonds right now. Okay, the roads are crumbling. Traffic is horrendous. I just want to be the state representative that puts your priorities, not party priorities, your priorities over politics. Listen to the community and get things done together. Those are the needs right now. We're in an inflationary period right now, and people can't afford groceries. People can't afford, and it takes you, if you want to go grocery shopping, it takes you 2 hours to get there. There are just real needs, and when you put the priorities of the people over the politics, we're more likely to get things done. But being able to be someone that wants to be held accountable, being able to be someone that wants to be transparent, being able to be someone that wants to be reachable is what we need to start with. That's just the beginning. After that, we can talk about what the needs are. That's going to happen with, as we go on. But I'm not going to come here and just say, I want to do this and I want to do that for you. I can't promise you that. I don't even know what it's like inside there. I've tried to do this as a private citizen and talk to, representatives and find out what's going on or advocate for my residents. But you have to be there to do it. So I said, you know what? Okay, I'm going to do it.
Alors, pour ces candidats, question, puisque en pile les fois, il y a des élus qui viennent là, ils finissent par votre communauté noire, et puis il n'y a pas de monde qui parle créole. Dès que, est-ce que la bien monde qui parle créole, qui travaille dans l'office, il y a s'il dit oui, parce que pour communiquer depuis la campagne là, il y a besoin de monde pour la frapper n'importe quoi, quand il y a marché, le grassroots campaign là, pour parler avec eux, il y a besoin de monde à communiquer par une communication. Je parle de transparence. Transparence pour honnête avec le monde, pour le la vérité. Il ne faut pas faire promesse qu'on y a pour le dos, il va le faire tel. Il faut même maintenant. Il y a 30 ans, il y a ça le ouais, il y a pour le dos, mais ça que le café, ça le fait. There's something we always talk about in the Asian community as well. And I think we mentioned housing, affordable housing. And prices are very high now. People cannot buy. First time home buyer now is dead in America. It's everywhere in the US. Especially in Massachusetts, one of the most expensive states in the US. So, how are you going to work with your colleagues to work on something to make housing affordable for everybody in the state?
It's a great question. You know, affordable housing, being able to afford a house is the anomaly right now. Before we even work with colleagues, I like to work with experts. I like to work with economists. I like to work with people who understand what's going on in the market. You know, having that dialogue and bringing them to the table. And then showing the colleagues and working with the colleagues, having meetings with the colleagues and saying, listen, this is the data, this is what's going on. This is what's most relative to back in the 80s or back in the 2008s. You know, so how can we work together now that we have this information to get something passed? You know, that's just, I mean, I've been able to speak with people of different political ideologies, different religious backgrounds, you know, different socioeconomic statuses. Coming together is the important part. Just bridging the gap, not sticking to our guns, because when we have, you know, if I'm doing something for our constituency, it's going to affect the whole Massachusetts. And that's what, you know, a lot of us didn't understand before. You know, so now that we understand that, speaking with colleagues and just saying, these are the facts, let's work together to get this done. And just having the stamina to keep pressing it. So some people will press and say, oh, yeah, okay, this is it, this is what I want to do, I tried. No, you want to press again, and press again. If you're hungry, I'm going to keep pressing for you, okay? So that's, and I know what it's like to be hungry. So I'm going to make sure that we have something to be done, even if it's just a first step. We need to get to the first step first, second, third, and fourth will follow.
Bon, vous parlez de précaires qui ont créé dans les États-Unis, j'ai envie de dire là, candidat, on n'y a pas guéri ça encore parce que longtemps, quand il y a first time home buyer, vous êtes connu moyen avec crédit là qui est là, pour ne pas gagner la rien en poche, pas acheter. Je parle de ça, candidat, pour demander comment on va travailler avec les collègues pour être capable de permettre que précaires dans Massachusetts là, qui c'est un état qui est très expensive, qui cher en ville, pour habiter. Le candidat a dit que c'est avant la collègue lui-même, c'est assistant expert économique qui fait économie sur. Je suis avec eux pour tenter que c'est à cause que prix capoté, pas besoin de monsieur parler tout, sur l'été, tu dois insister sur l'honnêteté, pour l'honnête, parce que c'est ça que nous voulons, les politiciens, il faut nous kéber là, il faut nous poser des questions, pour nous connaître deux qui viennent. Je vais parler de honnêteté, pour le travail, pour la vérité, pour qu'on ait exactement ce qui s'est passé, pour qu'on joindre une solution. Si la machine continue à peser, si même on consacre les gambous, eh bien elle peser jusqu'à ce qu'il y ait une solution. Et Clinton, you know, let's say tomorrow, let's say the election is tomorrow, and tomorrow night you get elected. What will be the first thing you do in your first 100 days at the office?
The first thing I do? Sleep.
Sleep.
Gotta sleep.
To get the energy back.
Get the energy back. Get the energy back. Sharpen the axe.
Okay.
You know, because it's just nonstop going. You know, and it's needed.
Okay, you have 100 days. You have 99 left.
99 days. Okay. So 99 days. You know, like I said, seeing the pulse, going there and just observing what's going on. Understanding how things get passed. How bills get passed, how they get drafted. You know, that's going to maybe take a few days. But other than that, is making sure I have the right partnerships and the people, like Joseph Feaster, who's the ex-president of the NAACP, other representatives like Russell Holm, Russell Bud Williams, who both endorsed me. Former chief of police of Milton endorsed me as well. and bring in their expertise, and also people that are on the planning boards, economists, having these people together before I even draft a bill, to make sure that when I do draft a bill, that it is actually sound. So affordability is number one. We have our schools in Randolph that needs funding as well. We have our roads in Randolph and Milton needs funding for their schools as well. So these are the issues that we have to tackle right away. We also have seniors that can't afford their homes. How is it that they have their homes and now they can't afford their homes? So these issues have to get addressed right away. You have to learn and absorb first, but then attack the problem right away before it spirals out of control. Because I can't waste too much time just trying to learn when we have people that are hungry, people that can't even afford their bills, and the heat, which is going to be in the winter, or the AC. It has to happen now. So having the energy and the stamina to make sure you're the person to do that is going to be before 100 days, I can tell you that.
Pour le candidat qui s'est fait dans 1er jour, il dit qu'il fait une élection faite demain. Le candidat dit demain il a dormi, après l'élection, il a dormi, et pour le reposer, pour le prendre l'énergie. 99 il a commencé pour l'entraînement, il a commencé à apprendre, mais après, pas quelques temps pour l'apprendre, mais il a commencé à poser action pour que permettre qu'il mette mêle dans la patte là, pour réaliser ça, pour réaliser surtout route qui crase dans Randolph Milton, question de cas qui cher. Tout ça, libre, entraînement, il ne pas dormir pour l'entrer en bas, exploser, pas prêter pour la dire tout le temps à la prendre, mais commencer à entrer dans la bataille pour l'aller capable de travail. We're going to let you go before you let you go, and we know the campaign costs a lot. What's the website, the phone number, people can contact you?
Graham for Rep. GrahamForRep.com.
The phone number?
Phone number is 857-244. 4084.
4084?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's
Look at
important.
your camera.
Yes.
Why the Asian American and Randolph and Milton should vote for you? Look at your camera. Thank you for the studio.
Everybody, my name is Clinton Graham, and I appreciate the time that you took out of your day just listening to me here. Why you should vote for me is because I'm a person, a son of Jamaican parents. They came here into Milton trying to give me a better life, put me all through the public school systems. After the public school systems, I went to Europe and played professional football over there, came back, was a correctional officer in a jail for 2.5 years. My mother was a social worker for the Faulkner Carney Noble Hospital. My father was an MBT, a bus operator. I was on the warrant committee learning about governing during the COVID crisis, which was unprecedented. No one else had a time to experience what it's like to balance a budget during that time. Every part of my life has prepared me for this moment right here. Whether I was a PCA for my sister at one time, taking care of her and being a part of that. I'm a public adjuster now, fighting for families. Every part of my life has allowed me to be able to be the best person to address the issues, the multiple issues that we face as a community. So I am humbled by the opportunity that Mr. Erlich has provided me here, and I will be grateful for you and for our district to become your state representative. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clinton. Monsieur, c'est petit immigrant, il part à l'entrée ici, puis il travaille dans un métier papa, il pas maman, son social worker. Monsieur comprend ni d'eau, descendant immigrant aussi, parler de ça va passer de route du cravé, les que pour ces states qui représentent ton État, les petits représentants de l'État, même, n'a de près, et bien Clinton Graham, il y a pour tourner là. L'élection, c'est 5 novembre, c'est 5 novembre. On va voter pour, par contre, on va voter, qui est-ce qu'on va voter dans 5 novembre demain? Clinton, monsieur, ou même qui est Randolph Milton, eh bien, décider, ou même nous rapporter pour Clinton. What a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Alors, c'est avec nous Clinton Graham, monsieur, qui a couru pour Norfolk 7th District, Randolph and Milton, avec ton comme aborité là. Nous allons continuer la régie pour nous venir avec professeur. Bon, c'est l'autre, pour nous garder politique américaine là. Restez là.
And I met with the developer, and just going to read a statement for everyone. So good evening, town council members, fellow Randolph residents, and esteemed community members. I stand before you today as a proud member of this community, who is deeply committed to fostering a transparent, inclusive, collaborative, and dialogue between our town's development projects and the residents they serve. I'm not here to talk about my running for the next state representative for Randolph and Milton. I'm here to facilitate understanding, communication, and shared decision-making as we navigate these exciting yet challenging times of growth for Randolph. Firstly, let me extend my sincere gratitude to Core Investments Development Manager of the Scanlon Drive project for addressing some of the critical questions raised at our recent public hearing. The responses provided, though not all-encompassing, offer a foundation upon which we can build further discussion and action. Allow me to briefly share the insights I gathered. Development projects. The headquarters for Maxim Crane that will house commercial cranes for construction will be one of the locations at 20 Scanlon Drive. Yankee Bus Company headquarters, which is the primary shuttle bus company for the MBTA, will be the second property at Scanlon Drive. Both properties will provide the town of Randolph substantial property and excise taxes expected from their operations, contributing significantly to the local revenue. Contractor selection. Contractors for these high-value projects are chosen based on their extensive experience with large-scale developments. Callahan Construction, a historically rooted company in Randolph, is leading the effort and is attempting to include local vendors for tasks like drywall, electrical work, and landscaping, among other work. Community impact concerns. The town council is acutely aware of the potential issues like traffic congestion and environmental sustainability. Ongoing feasibility studies by Core Investments, particularly for the third property, aim to address these concerns comprehensively. Feasibility studies include studies on how potential projects affect the environment, traffic, sound, and light within the community. The Blue Hills Trailhead will be preserved and be able to be accessed by the community once construction is completed.